Hello everyone, this is Rahul Ambedkar Ayyambadan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So as we all know, we are going through a hard time right now and many are accusing China for this situation. And in social media, we can see that the whole world hates China right now. And many are accusing China for this situation, as many believe that this is a biowar of China against USA, European Union and to the rest of the world. And there's a strong reason for that because there was a series of conflict between China and USA, and the president Donald Trump himself is accusing China for this situation, and he strongly believes that this is a biowar of China. So, is it really a biowar of China against the whole world, or is it a conspiracy theory? So, let's find out. As we all know, friends, coronavirus originated in Wuhan province in Hanan seafood wholesale market, which sold live poultry, various kinds of seafood and other wild animals. A Chinese doctor called Dr. Li Wenliang was the first one to identify this outbreak in China while treating the patients who worked in the Hanan seafood market. And he studied about 7 cases which showed symptoms and characteristics of the SARS virus, which made a global pandemic situation, and in 2003 which killed so many people around the world, and especially it affected a lot of laws in Asia. On December 30, as a responsible doctor, he informed his colleagues regarding this outbreak in a social media platform called Weibo, which is equivalent to Twitter. Now, we all know that the social media platforms are banned in China. Many of them are banned in China, and people are using VPN in order to get access to even Google, because the China government doesn't want the information from outside the world influence the Chinese mind. Because as we all know that if information is passed on, if people are getting educated, they won't be able to control the citizen, and they won't be able to rule with this kind of authoritarian government. So they banned everything. So he shared in the information which he have with his colleagues who were also medical doctors, and he was concerned about the situation. So he told them that to use safety measures like personal protective equipments, and to use the safety guidelines which is handed over to them. So he told them to do these things, and he also shared an information like there should be a viral infection, which he really believed on, and he was very sure about that. He was captured and detained by the Chinese officials. From there, he was interrogated and was forced to sign on a document which pleaded apology for the misleading information he has given to the public, and for the false information that he tried to spread in the province. The main lines in that document is translated as below. We solemnly warn you, if you keep being stubborn with such impatience and continue to do this illegal activity, you will be brought to justice. Is that understood? So, what is justice in here? Letting our own citizen die in the name of this kind of stupidity, is that meant by justice out there in China? I really don't know. And what kind of thing are you smoking, man? I don't really get your point. According to them, I believe justice means letting your own citizen to die, and you stay quiet and applause for whatever the stupidity that the government or the authority do. So if that is justice, I cannot agree with that. Unlike many citizens in his country, he was brave enough to speak about it in the mainstream, and he had to pay a hard price for that bravery. In the apology letter or the document which Dr. Lee has signed, if you clearly observe, you can see 3 fingerprints in it, and two are on the bottom and one is on the top. And if you observe even more clearly, you can see that 2 on the bottom is clearly seen, while the fingerprint on the middle section is not clearly seen, it's vaguely seen. Why is that? Because they use force upon him. Otherwise, I don't think that a person who have to do 3 fingerprints on a single sheet of document, that is not possible, and you can clearly see evidence of force upon that document, which is clearly stating the suspicions against China's involvement with this with his murder. On 10th January, he was sent back to work, and after writing that document, he was sent back to work on 10th January. And by the end of January, he was hospitalized, and he himself have uploaded a picture of him in social media while getting hospitalized in his own hospital. So that picture shows that he was clearly infected. The Chinese government were covering up the entire information regarding the COVID-19 issue. They were giving fake post-mortem report saying that the death is due to cardiac arrest or something else, when the actual reason for death is due to coronavirus infection. And they actually deliberately hided their death toll from their own citizen, from the rest of the world. They implemented lockdown and declared emergency on 20th January, which was very, very late. This time period was enough for the virus to get spread throughout the world. And the WHO was very busy in renaming this virus and was always seen as defending China for whatever the stupidity that they have done. And the WHO director acted as a puppet of China, and we all know that. And they were actually, the WHO director was actually praising China for whatever they do. And now you'll be thinking why I'm against China totally, or why I'm believing this kind of controversial theory or whatever. Now I'll tell you why. There was a photo of Xi Jinping, the Chinese prime minister, the current prime minister. He was visiting the Wuhan seafood market where this virus actually originated, and he was wearing a simple cloth mask which is of green color, I believe, and he was wearing it. So how can a state's authority, supreme authority in a state like an authoritarian government, should be freely roaming around in the with that where the virus actually originated? So if a prime minister who's of this grade is freely allowed to move around like that, that shows two things. First thing, that virus doesn't originate in there. Secondly, there must be a vaccine by which he will not get infected. I'll tell you why. Because if you consider the facts, like other people around the world, especially doctors, nurses, and everybody, they're wearing PPE, personal protective equipment. Why? Because they don't want to get infected. They are covered up in the whole hazard suit, which looks like an astronaut, right? And they were moving around like that. And in here, in this picture, I believe you can see it on here. You can see actually the Chinese prime minister moving around freely, roaming freely with that simple mask. How can he be so resistant, or how can he have that immunity to fight against this sort of a virus? It's clearly visible that either the virus is not originated from that particular seafood market, or it was created from somewhere else. And it also shows that if that virus is originated in that seafood market, they have a vaccine for that, which clearly proves that there's a solution China has, which also brings the conclusion that if a solution really, if there's a solution China really has, why China is not sharing that information or that solution to the rest of the world when the death toll is on a large scale happening throughout the world? So that is very suspicious. A virology lab called Genomics is said to have created the virus, and many are saying that the virus is created using the combination of SARS virus along with HIV and other deadly viruses, so that they actually created the virus. That's why the virologists around the world who are qualified or more qualified enough to decode this is not able to decode it, and they are not able to understand the characteristics of this virus itself. So a virus cannot be having this sort of a mutation within this short period of time. So that is not clearly possible, and we can see a lot of evidence in that. And secondly, the Batwoman of China, the lady known as Batwoman of China, called Shi Zhengli, the director of Wuhan Institute of Virology, is gone missing. She was studying about the virus, SARS virus, which is transmitted from the bat, and she literally studied almost all varieties of the bats in China and around the world, and she found out that SARS virus is transmitted from bat to human, and she also proved that this SARS virus could be deadly, and she also founded the vaccine for that. And she also found that there is a possibility of recoming or this virus to get infected again. Before she started studying about the bats, and she found out that the bats are actually the transmitter of this SARS virus, and she found out that there's a possibility if the virus is which is getting transmitted from the bat is formed, and then there's a possibility that the bat can be a transmitter of the disease, and which proved later as right. And she also believed that the bat could be can be directly possible to transmit this disease to the human species. And later she founded that bat feces, which is with the virus, which is pretty similar to the COVID-19. And on December 30th, December 2019, she got a call from the Chinese authorities, and they have sent some samples of the infected persons, and they told them to test them urgently, which is said to believe that that was the sample of the COVID-19 patients, initial patients in China. And that evidence, along with that evidence, she is disappeared. And when asked about her disappearance, the Chinese government was left with nothing. And recently she was uploading details in WeChat, but nobody has ever seen her after that. And she truly believed that this virus could be spread to human beings from bats, and this could be utilized as a bio weapon itself. But regardless of the issue, now we cannot see her, and she's not appeared in the public after December 30th, that day when Dr. Lee was also reporting that there could be a possibility of this virus outbreak. So this lady, she must have got enough evidence of this virus, and the government doesn't want to reveal the truth to the rest of the world. It may sound or seem stupid to some people, and some people will simply say that this is a controversial theory, and why you are promoting this in a situation where everybody is having a lot of fear upon this issue. No, I'm not promoting any wrong information. If you consider these factors, you will clearly understand what I'm talking about. They cleared up all the evidence, all the samples, all the machineries, all the everything in the lab was cleared up in from the genomics lab. Why? If that sort of situation doesn't happen, or if they didn't created anything which is against the WHO guidelines or whatever the virology guidelines around the world is there, if they have done something illegal, then only they will clear up, right? If you have murdered somebody, or if you have done some illegal stuff, then only you will clear up the evidence. So that why? Because to cover up the actual illegal activity or the crime that you have done, which is actually happened in here. And secondly, if the virus is actually formed naturally, then how can it have a genetic composition which is clearly having different characteristics of SARS virus, HIV virus, and other deadly virus? And how can a virus get genetic modification or adaptation within this short period of time? Or was it human created? If it is a pandemic, and if China is also affected from it, why the Chinese government is bothered about buying the stock market? China is busy buying the stocks from every continent, including China bought stock from our own country, like including the bank stocks were bought by China. And they were busy actually buying the whole petroleum products to their country, and they are just literally transporting the petroleum products. Why they are doing it in this sort of situation? It clearly shows that China is bothered about the economy of the world, and they are making use of this sort of a situation for their economic benefit. If that sort of situation is there, then it's clearly showing that China is not affected from this viral pandemic situation. Why China have opened their airports when they clearly know it was an epidemic? So if it is an epidemic, if the situation is under control, then they should have closed their borders, they should have closed their airports and other links to the external world or to the external cities of the China, the Wuhan province itself, so that they can control it, right? Rather than that, they opened the subways, they opened the metros, they opened every system, including the airports, in order to make this situation to get spread. No, you cannot say that it was not a deliberate action. It was a deliberate action. They clearly knew it was an epidemic, and they are not stupid enough to make this sort of a situation where you allow the people to roam around in an epidemic condition without any restrictions to make it a pandemic. It was a deliberate action or method from the Chinese government side, and it's clearly visible. If the situation is not serious, then why did China order around 2.5 lakh coffin boxes to their state, and they are importing that thing? Why it's happening if that situation is not huge? If the China's death rate is around like 4,000 or 5,000, I believe, roughly around 5,000 as per uh, this as to this date. Okay, if that death rate is around 5,000 to this date, then why did they order 2.5 lakh coffins, which was around 1 or 2 weeks ago? Why did they order that much coffin box? They didn't order it for fun. They ordered it for purpose, and it's clearly visible that China is downplaying the situation, and they are hiding actual statistics from the world in order to make this situation worse than ever. And secondly, the earlier whistleblower, who's also a Chinese lady doctor, is gone missing. It's simply showing the how authoritarian government the China is having. It's worse than the government of North Korea itself. And you can clearly see the lady who doctor who was sharing the information regarding this virus outbreak to her colleague on social media was gone missing. And how is that possible? Because if I shared an information with you, with my friend or colleague, or with my girlfriend or whatever it is, how can the other person know about it? It clearly shows what? It clearly shows that the state itself is watching every movement of yours. There's nothing privacy in China, and everybody is under watch. Whether you're ordering something, whether you're whatever you're searching on online, or whatever you're watching online, it's under radar control. And it is what really cringy about China, because the citizen is under radar control, and the government is taking every step so that they can control the citizen in a weird manner. I don't understand why. Because a communist government, which is supposed to be having a socialist ideology towards the people, against the all the evil practices in the society, is behaving more than evil. So how is that possible? I don't believe China is having a communist government. China is having the worst kind of government in the world history. And most importantly, why Beijing and other main cities, Beijing being the capital of China, why it is not getting affected? Because if you observe Beijing's infected rate, and if you observe other states like Shanghai and all, they are not they are least affected from this virus. Beijing is least affected, Shanghai is least affected. Why is that? Because Beijing and Shanghai are one of the most capital, one of the most foreign invested areas of China, and the capital turnover is huge in Beijing and Shanghai. So why that place is not infected? The Wuhan is not a great capital turnover place, but Beijing is. So if the whole world, including UK, USA, or European Union, or UAE, and even the Asian countries like India, which is of a great economy, is worstly affected. So if an outbreak is which is affecting the whole world's health, killing every people, many people have lost their jobs, the economy is screwed up, everything is tampered, everything is under what rampage right now. It's a total rampage situation. And why Beijing is not affected, Shanghai is not affected? It's a very serious question. If it is a natural outbreak, then Beijing should also get infected, because the population in Beijing is also a high intensity. So if that is a natural disease or natural virus infection, then Beijing should also get infected, which clearly proves that, which didn't happen, which clearly proves that it is a there's a possibility of a virus which was created by China, which was used upon the rest of the world. Communism, socialist, democracy, or authoritarian form of government, whichever style of government you are following, or whichever kind of government you are following, there should be an accountability and justice for the loss happened due to the negligence of the government. And there should be a proper investigation regarding this issue, and if found guilty, China should pay the price. There should be an independent study regarding this issue, and if found that China is really involved in this situation, in this total chaos, and if China is involved, or they are the reason for this chaos, then there should be consequences against China. They should be expelled from the veto power. They should not be allowed to have the veto power. They should be expelled from the WHO, and they should be continued as a normal UN member, and they should give the compensation. The UN should actually calculate the whole economic loss which happened to each and every country throughout the world, and they should calculate that amount with the GDP growth. And if according to that GDP growth, how you should calculate with the days, number of days the lockdown period was there, and number of days where now no production was there. So you have to calculate with the GDP rate of each state along with the number of days they were not having any sort of production and they were in lockdown. So with that GDP rate, with that number of no production days, you have to give compensation to those states individually, and the UN should collectively form a sum, and China should pay that sum, and later IMF should divide that sum to each and every countries around the world and should give the sufficient and the proper amount to each and every state so that they will be recovering from this situation. And China should be warned regarding this situation, and they should not, don't have any qualification to continue as a UN state or UN country in the world when they created a total chaos around the world. If found guilty, I'm clearly stating it, if found guilty, it should be implemented. And Tedros, I'll make a video on him later, but he should also apologize if found guilty. Be safe, guys, from this sort of propaganda, and stay safe in your homes during this lockdown period. And I hope you are also having a good time. So use your mind, use your brain, be in good health, and hopefully we can all recover from this situation. This is Rahul Ambedkar signing off. Thank you.